Good morning, one and all. Today, in this video lecture, I will teach you the story Third Thoughts, composed by E.V. Lucas. E.V. Lucas was born in England in 1868 and died in 1938. The story Third Thoughts by E.V. Lucas is a great satire to the common human mentality. This story was told to Lucas by his friend who had a business, especially buying in dearer, it means higher price, and selling in cheap. So his friend was doing a business of dealing. He used to buy things at a cheaper rate and used to sell them at higher price. This was his profession. uh, you can say that he was a dealer of things. However, he always used to bear loss. It happens in dealing. Sometimes you uh, have to bear loss, and sometimes there can be benefit also. He used to think that one day the luck would favor him, as he thought. Once he earned abnormal profit by selling Turner's painting at £50, which he had bought at only 10 shillings from Curio, something unusual, perhaps worthy of collecting, shop at Cathedral City. He was really happy and excited for the first time in his business. It happens whenever you get profit, it is usual to become happy. So he wanted to share half of his profit with the dealer, but since he had no stamps to send the parcel, he went to the bed. When he woke up at 3:30 a.m., again he began to think that sharing half to the profit is not good idea because no one had done this to him yet. Then he thought of giving £10 due to unexpectedly earned abnormal profit. He was not feeling sleepy, still he thought £5 will be plenty rather than £10. In the morning, while he was dressing up, he thought. So you can see that the chain of thoughts, again and again he think about um, sharing his profit with the dealer, and every time he changes his thought. That's why this story is titled as Second Thought, uh, or Third Thought. It is the first time he gained profit, so why to share large part of it with dealer? Finally, he decided to give £1. He put check and parcel in his pocket and went to the club for lunch. There he played bridge, one of the popular card game, and lost all his money. At last, he even did not give a single penny to the dealer. So thought after thought changed his mind of sharing his profit with the dealer. Literal comprehension. Third Thoughts is a story by E.V. Lucas in which the writer is narrating an event. Students, just write down these notes for the purpose of your examination. It's a question. If you will be asked that, write a literal comprehension of the story Third Thoughts. So here you can have the answer. Third Thoughts is a story by E.V. Lucas in which the writer is narrating an event that took place in the life of his friend. So it's an incident which happened in the life of his friend. The writer narrates chronologically with sequence, written record and arrangement of events in time, how his friend went into economic slum regularly in his business, how he got unexpected profit, and how he again failed in the world of business. In the story, initially at the beginning, the writer tells why his friend turned into an unsuccessful businessman. The narrator says it was because his friend purchased expensive goods in expensive markets and sold those things in the cheaper prices. Because of this, he was in despair. So, first of all, you have to summarize in brief about the characters of the story. Then, the event which took place in his life and which changed his mind, which gave him profit but which changed his thought. One day it happens that the writer's friend was just, I hope you are getting the meaning. It's very easy, there is nothing complicated in this story. It's a very simple story. With every line, you can know the mind of the speaker. One day it happened that the writer's friend was just wandering in the market and suddenly he went inside in a curiosity shop. Curiosity shop, a shop where antique goods are sold. In the shop his eyes were dragged into a painting and opted, means preferred, to know with the shopkeeper whether the painting was original painting of Turner or not. He explained that if the painting were original, it would be much more expensive because at that time it was customary that paintings used to be sold at higher prices. He asked the dealer, but the dealer was not sure about its originality. The dealer just desired to charge 10 shillings. Finally, the writer's friend paid 10 shillings to the painting and went for inquiry of painting's originality. इस कहानी में क्या होता है कि इस लेखक का जो दोस्त होता है वो प्राचीन पुरातत्व की जो चीज़ें होती हैं, प्राचीन चीज़ें, उस दुकान पे जाता है और उसे टर्नर, जो कि एक बहुत ही प्रसिद्ध चित्रकार होता है, उसकी पेंटिंग मिल जाती है। पर जो दुकानदार होता है वो बेचारा इतना जानकार नहीं होता है, उसे नहीं पता होता है कि ये टर्नर की है या नहीं है, इसलिए वो उसे सस्ते में बेच देता है। पर सौभाग्य से वो पेंटिंग जो है वो टर्नर की ही निकलती है, जो एक बहुत ही प्रसिद्ध चित्रकार होता है। और इस वजह से वो जब लंदन में उसे बेचने जाता है तो वो 50 पाउंड की बिक जाती है। 50 पाउंड, पाउंड लंदन की मुद्रा होती है और 50 पाउंड जो है वो बहुत ही भारी अमाउंट होता है। So he found the customer and sold the painting for 50 pounds. As a result, he got huge profit and decided to be honest with the painting dealer through sharing 50% of his profit. He wanted to be ethically loyal with shopkeeper for his undesired and unexpected profit. Therefore, he became ready to dispatch the half of the profit, putting in an envelope to the painting dealer. But he postponed to dispatch the envelope till next day due to lack of postage stamp. इतना बड़ा फ़ायदा उसको होता है तो वो सोचता है कि मैं उस बेचारे डीलर के साथ में थोड़ा प्रॉफिट शेयर कर लेता हूँ, क्योंकि उसको तो पता नहीं था कि ये पेंटिंग टर्नर की है, उसने तो अनजाने में ही मुझे दे दी। In the next day, he woke up early in the morning and started to recall all the past mistakes that he committed in the business. He questioned himself why he failed in the business world. Due to his self thoughts, he changed his mind immediately and revised his plan to send just £10 to the dealer. He thought that he could not become so ideal. After this event, he just thought for few moments and again changed his mind. He decided that he would not give him £10 in that sense, that such kind of his action might generate more expectation and greed in the mind of the dealer from other customers as well. This time he decided to send £5 and thought it would be fair for his sense of business responsibility. उसे लगता है कि मुझे उसे 10 पाउंड देना चाहिए, पर उसे लगता है कि बिज़नेस में ये तो मेरा सौभाग्य था कि मुझे फ़ायदा हुआ, इसमें उसका कोई लेना देना नहीं है, ये तो मैंने दिमाग लगाया है, मेरी मेहनत का पैसा है और बिज़नेस में ऐसा नहीं चलता है, इसलिए मैं उसको 10 पाउंड नहीं दूंगा, मैं उसे 5 पाउंड ही दूंगा। इन द मॉर्निंग ही अगेन स्टार्टेड टू कंसिडर हिज प्लान in the fourth time, and this time too revised his plan. Finally, he just prepared to send just £1 to the painting dealer. He thought that £1 is fair amount because he could not dispatch more money from his profit. He viewed that if he intended to give more amounts lavishly, in a wasteful manner, extravagantly, it could hurt the goodness of business, the goddess of business. At last, he wrote a note and packed £1 in an envelope to transfer the dealer. Then, after he went in a club for lunch, In the club, he played disastrous game and lost all the money, including the £1 in his pocket. Let us talk about the theme or central message or idea of this story. The world of business is full of gambling involved with risk. Sometimes business is favorable, yielding, bearing, affording profit, and sometimes it yields loss. The human elements like sense of responsibility, morality, and after all human emotions do not have any role to play within the world of business. The job is done within buyer and seller once the transaction is carried out in between the two parties. It is in the sense that business dealer or seller always expects to take more money as much as possible from the customer, and while on the other hand a buyer always intends to buy in a lowest price. Therefore, human impulse means a sudden desire and emotion do not have any place in the world of business. In the story, the writer's friend only understands this truth of success in business the moment he lost all money in gambling. Critical thinking. The ideas expressed in the story are to some extent unconvincing. We do not have any evidence to trust that writer's friend always loses. Further, can it be convincing? Such an expensive painting is possible to be found in such a small shop. The most important The most important thing how the central character imagines to share his profit just for nothing in the world of business. It is hard to believe that business is only for profit and it does not give any value to human sensibilities. This idea of sharing business profit is presented humorously, so the question comes, it is justifiable. Thanks for watching. We will be continuing our next video.